Ladies and gentlemen, in chess, some of the funnest things to do is to study openings. Now, you might not agree, but learning an opening can be so fun because there are tricks and traps all over the place, and it can be so fun to start the game with something that you know, and you know it's going to be a good game. And there are lots of ways to do this. You can learn Italians, you can learn Sicilians, you can learn the Spanish, the Russian game, you can learn the Caracan, the French. But sometimes you need your opponent to know that you are dominant, that you are giving no flying farts about what their ability is, and you need something to play that is so disrespectful that what can your opponent really do? Because if you win, they are demolished because you played this opening, but also, if you lose, well, you played this opening. And what opening am I talking about? I am talking about the Bongcloud, also known as the Bongcloud Attack. The moves are in the description below, but ladies and gentlemen, I only need to show you 3 moves. Really. E4, E5. And here, if you're a strong player, or a player who's taking the game seriously, you can play knight f3. You can play knight c3. You can bring the bishop out as like a Ponziani. You can bring the pawn out. You've got a whole whack of moves to play. But you can also play king to e2. And give your opponent an advantage on move 2 and forego your right to castle. What do you get in exchange? You get the psychological advantage. Now, this is the Bongcloud. King e2 is an interesting move. An early joke idea of this move is to prepare for an early endgame by developing the king. However, what are the problems with king e2? Well, it's a blunder. It's a mistake. It's a problem. The king can't castle, and it's going to be stuck in the center for quite a period of time. Now, if you're going to play the Bongcloud and you're going to play it to try and win, the best way to play, generally speaking, is to keep the position closed and to then try and move your king to safety and develop your pieces, but keep it very closed so they can't attack you. What's black going to do? Open the position because your king's over here. Now, for those of you who don't know, you might think, well, if I move the king back, then I can castle. No, you can't. You can't. Once you've moved your king, you can't castle. So what is black here can do? Well, black can do anything. There are no games in the Masters database. So on the Lichess database, the most commonly played move is knight to c6. Why? Because you're going to go here and give a check. And the best move probably here is d3, according to the engine. King e3 is also a move if you're playing like King of the Hill. I have played King of the Hill. It's quite fun. Knight to f6 is something... you're just going to bring your knights forward and you're going to get your pieces out because the king is over here. Knight to c3 is -2. The advantage is just going to grow worse and worse. Because, what? d5? d5 is the big problem. We play knight to f3. And here, you do not do this. Do not do this, because I'll take, and we will trade the queens. And if we trade queens, I'm not actually that much worse. But you see the advantage, it's only negative 0.7, so black's slightly better, but not completely winning. I mean, you can develop the bishop and stuff. So that's how you lose your advantage. But probably, so here, bishop b4 attacks the knight, undermines the defense of this pawn. We get knight takes d5, then knight d5, e d5, and then queen d5. And you see the problems of playing the Bongcloud. These 3 pieces are active. Black is going to castle, and you're going to have a rook here. So this is not ideal at all. c3 kicking out the bishop, bishop c5, king e1, queen a4. You've got to get your pieces active as soon as you can. As a reminder, all the moves are going to be in the description down below. There's no point really analyzing the Bongcloud. Like, this is what you can get. Black could be safe, could not be safe. You've got to be so careful as black. And you might say, why have got to be careful? They can't castle. Yeah, but like if they fear Ke2 and stuff, like White can still run to safety and get the pieces out. If you allow White too much time, then they will get their pieces out, and the king's safety won't matter as much because they will have time to run the king to safety. So remember, your king's still in the center. So until you've castled and their king's still in the center, you're as much risk as White. They wasted a move, and now they have to go back. But, they could still fear Ke2. Not right now, but, it's a move. It's something to do. But, of course, the only true way to respond to the Bongcloud, the only true way, is to play the reverse Bongcloud. The double Bongcloud. The double Bongcloud attack. This is the only way to counter the psychological advantage, to say that I am not scared. If you're going to do this, I'm going to do it as well. Now, there is a draw here. If you guys just repeat the Bongcloud, there is a way to draw the game out like this. 3-time repetition. But obviously, so King E1, King E8. From here, you can just play like Knight to F3 and play a normal game where you've just like foregone your ability to castle. But you've both foregone it. You can go like here, and play an Italian. Or you can play anything. You guys reset back your kings to E1 and E8, and then you just play a normal game, but, you can't castle. If I make a move for black, you can play like king here. And, get your king to safety, something like that. This is the only true way, really, in my opinion, to play the Bongcloud. Is to play the double Bongcloud if your opponent plays it. And, not to repeat moves, but then to just play a normal opening. If you guys want to actually play chess. If you don't want to play chess, you offer repetition. Now, the repetition is completely up to black. This is where we can start, getting in where black is actually like, well, I don't want to repeat moves. I'm happy to play the Bongcloud, but I still want to play a game of chess and be really boring. But, you never know what type of game it is. There is a video on the channel. It is there where I played Bongcloud on stream. I don't know if the stream's available. I'm sure it's linked in the video. In that particular video. So you have to go find that video, watch me analyze the game, and then watch the game live on the stream. It was really fun. A viewer challenged me to play a Bongcloud, and I played a Bongcloud. And I may have won that game. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Bongcloud. There's not much to say. Moves are in the description. But there's only one move you really need to know. And that's 2 King E2.